Oh, well, I posted a picture of me cooking some steak, and he says, "Need your meal plan." What he means is like he's seen how I'm built, and I can eat like whatever to stay however shape at the age of 45. I said, "Thanks for asking. I have the simplest plan in the world, lol. Intermittent fasting, 24, meaning I fast all day for 20 hours and then I have a 4-hour window to eat." He says, "I used to do that when I was in the best shape." I said, "Eat a lot of meat and then dessert." He said, "4-hour window, lol. Dessert, question mark?" Yes. He said, "Do you count calories?" I said, I just love dessert. When I say not at all, it meant I don't count calories, but I do have the ability to put down a lot of food in one sitting. Why that's important is if you want to intermittent fast, you have to eat enough so that you can last the next 20 hours. So it is something to pay attention to. The 20-hour fast is something I built up to over, I don't know, over 10 years. It took me over 10 years to build to that, starting with just 14-hour fast and then 10 hours of eating window. Seems like no problem, right? Because you sometimes sleep for 8 hours. So that can be part of your fasting window. I think fasting is a must for everybody, but that's just my ignorant brain saying that. The number one thing that fasting does, intermittent fasting does, is autophagy, which is your strong cells eat your weak cells. You don't want weak cells in there, like cells that are messed up, like cancer and stuff. Anyways, you should research that. I'm no one to speak into depth about it. I'm just glossing on the surface. But I told him I happen to love all meat and vegetables and rice, and on Sundays I eat all day. I have kind of like a cheat day on Sunday. He asked, "What's your primary source of protein?" Notice we're overlapping each other, as you know, like a message. I say on Saturdays I train for 8 hours, and then I eat as much as I can a grass-fed steak, or at least organic or something, like go healthy. Because over the long term, eating healthy will save you actually more money. Because you ever seen older people in the hospital? It costs a lot of money and a lot of heartache. He says, "I'm going to do 25." That means there's 25 hours a day for him. I think he made a mistake. What store to get the grass-fed steak? I said, Costco has pre-made steak. It's the cheapest grass-fed you can go because grass-fed is so expensive. He says, "Okay, I'll look into it." I say, "But I'm not that strict. I try to just inhale as much meat as I can." And then I think he's asking about, is it on display, like to buy from a butcher? And then I got him a photo, and see, it's $11.49 a pound. So it's still kind of expensive, but is doable. And man, I don't do protein shakes and all that. And I think I'm fine. But it depends on how much you train and stuff. If you want to, that's fine. Backstory: was always in good shape until knee surgery, and since it's been so hard to get back down. Could move around for 2 years at 100%, but I'm sure it's the dieting. LOL. Yes, I feel for him, and this is everybody. Everybody has this story, and more than once in your life, something's gonna come along. So, prior to these type of incidences, you have to prepare. How do you prepare? You build a structure that won't crumble. And that structure, with some guidance, it's not that hard. That's in my opinion. And he's like, oh, what? I thought it was the one I'm near aisle. I say it's the cheapest. And he's like, any portion control on the rice or carbs? I said, nah, homie. I grew up eating white rice. In high school, I ate 7 bowls of white rice every night. I'm not talking about the little Chinese bowl. I'm Cambodian. We eat big bowls of rice. And I inhale meat on top of that rice and vegetables, obviously. Because Cambodian food is very flavorful. You need a lot of rice. Okay. But I've been doing this for 13 years, beginning with a 16-8. I lied. I started with a 14-10. 14 hours fasting, 10 hours eating window. And be patient with yourself, because your body takes time to adjust. But then when it adjusts, it really adjusts. Like, I've been doing 20 and 4 for 5 years, and I don't get hungry. But I do drink black coffee. I love it. I drink about 10 cups of black coffee every day. So my energy is decent. Let's see, the next slide. I did 24 when I was super active, training twice a day. This is an important tidbit. The longer your body looks a certain way, the longer it will stay there. That's what I told him. For example, if you've had a six-pack, and I go this in the message. If you've had a six-pack for 5 years, year-round, it won't go away. I'll put a video right here, and this video, I'll give it some space. This video is 12 days after my surgery. No weightlifting, especially no ab work, because, I had hip surgery, and the front hip flexor connects to your abs. You can't do abs, really. So, thinking about, look, even 12 days no working out and like messed up, it's still kind of there. And today I just worked out kind of for the first time, hard. Not really that hard. I mean, I feel so weak, but it's gonna come back, but it's already there. And I'm 45. But I do make a disclosure right here on the next slide. I'm on testosterone. I started testosterone at 43.